In 2012, Starbucks entered India with a promise to bring the world's most iconic coffee experience to the heart of Mumbai. It was a grand entrance. Red logos, sleek interiors, baristas in green aprons. But over a decade later, something unexpected happened. Despite its global dominance, Starbucks isn't winning in India. In fact, it is losing. Not just to a single competitor, but to a wave of local chains that understand something Starbucks doesn't. India doesn't just drink coffee, it drinks culture. When Starbucks launched its first store in India in October 2012, it wasn't just opening a cafe, it was making a statement. Partnering with Tata Group, the brand entered with the kind of fanfare usually reserved for movie stars. It promised premium coffee, global consistency, and an experience, the same one that made it a $130 billion giant. But here's the catch: India wasn't just another market. It was a country where tea is king, chai is a ritual, and coffee, even in the south, is often boiled, sweet, and milky. India consumes over 1 lakh tons of tea every year, nearly 10 times more than coffee. So when Starbucks said, "We bring the world's best coffee," it assumed India was waiting with open arms. But India wasn't waiting. It already had its own coffee culture and its own champions. Long before Starbucks landed, there was Cafe Coffee Day, founded in 1996 by V.G. Siddhartha, a coffee planter's son from Karnataka. CCD wasn't just a cafe, it was a rebellion. It offered something radical of its time, a place for young Indians to hang out, flirt, study, and argue about cricket. All over a rupees 60 cappuccino. By 2012, CCD had over 1,700 stores, Starbucks had zero. And here's the kicker: CCD wasn't just big, it was Indian. Its coffee was stronger, sweeter, and served with a side of Bollywood playlists. Its pricing, accessible. A CCD cappuccino cost about rupees 60, a Starbucks latte rupees 180. That's a 3x price difference. In a country where the average monthly income in urban areas is around rupees 35,000, it's not just expensive, it's alienating. But Starbucks didn't care. It believed its brand was strong enough to justify the premium. And for a while, it worked. With the affluent, the expats, and the mall goers. But India's real coffee growth wasn't in malls. It was on the streets, in colleges, and in tier 2 cities. And that's where local chains started to win. By the late 2010, something shifted. A new generation of Indian coffee lovers emerged, not just drinking coffee, but caring about it. They wanted single origin beans, cold brews, pour overs, and they wanted it at prices that made sense. Enter the third wave, not the American kind, but the Indian version. Third Wave Coffee, founded in 2015, started in Pune with a simple mission: great coffee made local. They sourced beans from Karnataka and Chikmagalur, roasted them in-house, and sold a flat white for rupees 140, half the price of Starbucks. And they didn't just copy the West, they improved on it. But it wasn't just about price, it was about relevance. Third wave stores had Indian art, local music, and get this chai on the menu. Yes, the coffee chain that understands India serves chai. And then there is Chai Point. Founded by Nitin Saluja, it's not even a coffee chain. It's a chai tech company that serves coffee. But here's the twist: Chai Point has over 170 outlets and delivers 5 lakh cups of chai every day. And guess what? It's beating Starbucks at its own game: speed, consistency, and scalability. That's 10 times more. And they do it at rupees 25 per chai. Starbucks thought India wanted a global experience. Chai Point knew India wanted a better local one. Let's talk about the core issue: localization. Starbucks stores are designed for the West: quiet, minimalist, focused on individual experience. You go in, order, sit, work, leave. But in India, coffee shops are social spaces. They are for hanging out, for long conversations, for first dates, for group study. CCD understood this. So did third wave. Starbucks? Not so much. And then there is the menu. In 2023, Starbucks India launched a pumpkin spice latte, a flavor that doesn't exist in Indian cuisine. Meanwhile, Chai Point introduced Masala Chai cold brew, a fusion that actually makes sense. And pricing, let's be real, a rupees 300 frappuccino is a luxury. But for a young professional earning rupees 40,000 a month, that's 0.75% of their salary for one drink. Compare that to third wave's rupees 160 cold brew or CCD's rupees 110 mocha. Starbucks isn't just expensive, it is symbolically distant. It feels like a foreign guest who never quite learns the language. Let's talk numbers. As of 2024, Starbucks has around 350 stores in India. Cafe Coffee Day, over 1,200 and growing. Third wave, 80 plus but expanding fast. Chai Point, 170 plus and a massive B2B delivery arm. Starbucks took 12 years to hit 350 stores. CCD did it in half the time. And the new players? They are opening one new store every week. Why? Because they are not just chains, they are agile. They listen to local tastes, adapt quickly, and don't need approvals from Seattle. Starbucks, meanwhile, has to run every menu change, every store design, every marketing campaign through headquarters. And while Starbucks debates whether to add cardamom to a latte, Third Wave launches a Chikmagalur cold brew and sells out in a day. After the tragic passing of VG Siddhartha in 2019, many thought CCD was done. But under new leadership, it is making a comeback with digital ordering, modernized stores, and renewed focus on quality. Meanwhile, Starbucks is trying to catch up. It has launched India-inspired drinks like the Filter Kapi cold brew and opened smaller format stores. But is it too little, too late? Starbucks has the brand, but local chains have the pulse. They know that in India, coffee isn't just a drink, it's a part of a large rhythm of life. You can't globalize that, you have to live it. So, is Starbucks losing? Yes, in market share, in cultural relevance, in speed of expansion. But the real story isn't about Starbucks failing, it is about India winning. India didn't just reject a global giant, it built its own coffee revolution, one that is bolder, cheaper, and more authentic. From the chai wala to the specialty roaster, India's coffee culture isn't copying the West, it is redefining it. And that's something no imported brand can replicate. India doesn't need Starbucks to have great coffee, it already does. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit like, subscribe, and let us know, are you team Starbucks or team local? Drop your favorite Indian coffee chain in the comments. Next week, tell us what would you like us to cover. Do you want us to write about why McDonald's is losing to Haldiram's? And maybe Haldiram and Bikanerwala and other chains.